Good morning. I'm Cher Johnston. Welcome to my happy place. We're going to work on the Stitch Dictionary this morning. I have this pattern. This is the cover, and these are little things you can stitch and put in there. You can get it on my Ko-fi page. You can also get it on Facebook in the Cher Johnston Stitch Book community. Please hit the like button and hype the video. Helps me out. Helps my videos get seen. It really does help a lot. Today we're going to do chain stitch variations. I'm going to fix that so that it says detached and doesn't say blah, 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 blah. Today I have DMC threads because I just felt like it. This one is 600 and 600. I have 600, 601, 602, 603, and I didn't realize when I bought them that they're almost the same color. I didn't do that intentionally. I used to go in and just buy threads. Didn't really know what I had and what I didn't have, and I just bought new ones. I don't do that anymore. And I have 3364. This is a nice green that goes well with the pink. So we're going to do some chain stitch variations. First, we're going to do a detached chain stitch. So I'm going to come up from the bottom. I'm going to go back in right next to that stitch and out. Wrap the thread around the needle and pull through. And then I'm going to go back down to anchor the stitch. And that is the detached chain stitch. Now you can do this so many different ways. This is one of my favorite stitches. Let's say you want something skinny. No, let's do a big fat one first. If you don't pull through all the way and leave it nice and loopy, you can get a nice thick sort of rounded petal shape. And let's say you want to do something sort of long and skinny. Sometimes I do this for leaves. Wrap the thread, pull nice and tight. You don't want to pull, if you pull too tight, you bunch up the fabric. That's not always a good thing. Sometimes we like that, and then you can make a nice long tail. There we go. Or you can do anything in between. Now, just a note about going around in a circle, because you can do a circle to make a flower. I would draw it out. I'm going to do 5 petals, or draw a circle and make sure that you have made note of the center. And then start in the middle. I'm going to leave a little room for some kind of a center to that flower. And then I'm going to go here. I'll leave it kind of loopy. And then I'm going to skip one and go to this one over here. If you were doing like 10 or 12 petals and you wanted them really close together, I would do one on this side and then skip around. Because if you go one to the next, to the next, to the next, you tend to go bigger or smaller, or it just gets a little bit wonky looking. Okay, so I would skip one. I usually do 5 petals because, you know, I think that's how kind of how it is in nature. You know, Fibonacci. It's the Fibonacci sequence. Um, whoop, what did I do? There we go. I'm going to pull that back out just a bit because I got it kind of screwed up. There we go. Then I'm going to go to this one over here. Now your flower can have lots and lots and lots of petals, and they can be nice and thin if you like. You can do whatever you like. And yours could be a little less sort of wonky. Mine's a little bit wonky looking here. In fact, I think I'm going to put one more here. Just because it looked a little too wonky. Then I'm going to do another one here. Because, you know, odd numbers. And honestly, once you get past 7 or so, it doesn't really matter. But I think I have just enough thread for one. Oh, why do I do this to myself? I don't know. Probably should have one more over here. But not right now because I'm out of thread. Okay. Then I have green thread to do a detached twisted chain stitch. Our friend Jennifer Clouston does these a lot to look like leaves. So you go in here, and I'm pointing my needle toward there. Then I'm going to wrap the twisted way. Go down to the back. That's kind of cool looking, huh? Let's do 2 more of these, just because. Let's do one more right here. I think they look a lot like fish. I had a piece once that I did orange twisted chain stitches. Really cute. There's the boss. Mitzi. Hi, baby. Love you. All right, our next stitch is the berry stitch. And I have some variegated thread here. It's from Sue Spargo. It's RZM13. It's a razzle, which means it's shimmery and sparkly, and it's rayon. And I really like it. So berry stitch basically is just 2 detached chain stitches, one inside the other. So I drew a little circle. I'm going to try to stick to 5 petals this time. But if you use a variegated thread, then petals turn different colors. That's what she showed in her book, and I thought it was kind of cool. Okay, let's do one more. I changed thread because I don't like working with that thread. This one is a Sue Spargo Eleganza, pearl number 5, Easy M62. This one is also variegated. The next we're going to do an oyster stitch. So again, if you look in the book, she does them pointing down. Not easy for me. So it starts with a twisted chain stitch. I'm going to put the needle in a little below where it came out. And I'm going to come up. And then I'm going to go this way around. I'm going to go a little to the side here. Sorry. Because you need it to twist. Twist through the fish. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to pull nice and tight on there. Now I'm not going to tack it down. I'm going to go around this side. I'm going to go through the top to make sort of a knot. And then I'm going to go around this way. And put a chain stitch around it. Kind of pretty, huh? All right, let's do it again. Let's start with a twisted chain stitch. See the fish? Pull it kind of tight. Don't want to make the fabric go wonky. I'm going to go through the top. Let's use the eye of the needle so we don't catch the fabric or the... Okay. Then I want to loop the thread around and do a chain stitch outside of that. Twisted chain. See the fish? Pull it tight. And I'm going to come around under that top leg. Make a loop. Sorry, my needle got kind of twisted up. And then I'm going to make a chain stitch around that stitch. Twisted chain, see the fish? And then around. Oh, and you have to pull it tight around this way under there. And you want to pull it this way, then make a loop. And put a chain stitch surrounding that. All right, one more time. Twisted chain stitch. Pull it nice and tight. And then, I don't know if it matters which way I go in. And pull that this way, not too tight. You don't want that to come undone. And then make the loop for your chain stitch. And make a chain stitch outside. And there we go. That's it for today. Thanks for joining me. See you soon.